outside of this, because it's a very important part.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Pitts. Pitt Sports Zone, Bowie TV, coming to you live. Listen, it's going down, all things HBCUs. And who else better to start it off with them Bowie State Bulldogs? We coming to you, Bowie State Bulldogs, total access. We got the Morgan State Bears. Listen, all HBCUs information, all HBCU news, sporting events, updates. You get it live here with Pitt Sports Zone, Bowie TV, Comcast Channel 77, Verizon Channel 11 is going down. Don't you miss a beat. Listen, it's only the beginning because it's early still. And we're gonna be here all day. All day.
Welcome. This is the Kayla Evans Show. This uniquely designed platform allows us to converse with various experts of various industries. Our target audience is for any individual of any walk of life who aims to educate themselves and empower themselves by listening to conversations that challenge the mind, that challenge the intellect, and implore viewers to continue research and development and understanding for themselves on whatever topic is brought to this particular platform. I invite you to join me Thursdays at 9:30 as we have these in-depth discussions from week to week, and we build upon our existing knowledge base from individuals of all walks of life. Again, follow me on YouTube at The Kayla Evans Show. I'm also on LinkedIn, Kayla Evans. I look forward to seeing you there.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Gaines Bryant. Join me every morning at 7 a.m. for the Morning Exhale on Bowie Community Television, where yoga is for everybody. We do stretching, strengthening, and breathing exercises that are accessible for people who are experienced yogis and beginners. Join me for the Morning Exhale, where good health is just a breath away.
Do you remember running to the school playground to play with your homies before school started? I do. At Jesse Owens on the south side of Chicago, going into the school, and then when you get in there, there's a quote that was on the wall that said, 211 degrees, water is hot. And then 212 degrees, it begins to boil. And when you got boiling water, you can create steam. And when you got steam, you can power a train. Now, that means that's 1 degree. That's one person that can come into a kid's life and make an inspirational impression on that kid. To see, steam, that's what it is. Science, technology, engineering, art, and math. So I want to show kids how they can take their art and bring it to life. I want to show them how they can steam their dreams. I'm Roman Sudan Montego.
Look forward to you guys once again. Steam your dreams. Steam your dreams.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Gaines Bryant. Join me every evening at 6:30 for the Sisters for Fitness Wellness Show on Bowie Community Television, where we talk about the issues that concern today's women. We bring you a variety of guests, from alternative medicine practitioners to mental health professionals and fitness experts. The Sisters for Fitness Wellness Show, where health matters.
The head kitchen, baby, and you know what it means. G. Marie gon' come around, she gon' really lay it down. She gon' tell y'all all about all the things she knows about beauty in this industry, everything you need to see, hair color and history, business opportunities. So you better listen up real good. The Hair Kitchen is in your hood. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, let's start the show. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, let's start the show.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Pitts here, Bowie TV. Listen, Bowie Bay Sox Stadium is now partnering with Bowie TV. How cool is that? We got all your content coming to you from Bowie TV, Comcast Channel 77, Verizon Channel 11. It's going down Prince George's Stadium. Check out the schedule and make sure you tune in and attend one of the ball games this year. Listen, Bowie Bay Sox got some studs out there. Front, up close, personal, and in stadium. Bowie TV for all your sport needs.
I'm Cassandra Ramsey, and welcome to Sports and Entertainment with the Esquire Coach, where I love to talk about all things sports, entertainment, and the law.
This is Karita Parks with Bowie TV. This is Karita Parks with Bowie TV. This is Karita Parks with Bowie TV. This is Karita Parks with your Ravens Rundown. Be sure to stay tuned to Bowie TV Sports for all of your Ravens content.
That's kind of the beginning of the journey. I think from there, I just kind of learned that I can really do whatever I want creatively because it's all just a language.
I also want to get away from certain tropes in my films as well, whether that be the first character dying a black person or...
I say this with every episode. Every episode, there's always a treat. We've had a filmmaker, we've had a stylist, fashionista, we've had an artist. And there's so many more people to get through. The community that we have around us, there's always a treat to be had on the show.
For them to go out and create something.
Period. My
yes.
God.
Yes.
One thing about hospitality is there is no set track. You could be working as a hostess on Monday, and then somebody recognizes your great work ethic, and then maybe in 6 months' time, you've already been promoted one or two times, maybe. It really is based upon work ethic and somebody kind of recognizing your talent or your hard work in the space.
And then for entrepreneurs, what are some practical steps that they can take to create a budget now for their business, in terms of their venture to getting that financial freedom, using or leveraging their business as that? How can they better budget and effectively manage their businesses, budget and things of that sort?
Yeah, Chika, you know what? Budget is a very important, critical thing. And a lot of us, what I say is, if you fail to have a budget, then you've already planned to fail already. So if you don't have a budget, let me repeat that again. If you fail to plan or to have a budget, then automatically you've already planned to fail.
being the artist to hit that milestone, and just your thoughts on what that means about hip hop's progression and impact over the years.
That shit, it made me think about like the grind of it. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't see like the story before the glory, man. That's like shuffling out your mixtapes and going to neighborhoods and parties and performing there, hole in the wall spots. It reminds me of the essence and the core response of rap and hip hop and how far it can go. So for me, it means everything because it puts the culture on the forefront where it needs to be and not minimized to just a catchy song or verse. This is a true art form. So to represent it on this type of stage is like everything that I work for and everything that I believe in as far as the culture. Like I live and die by it. This shit done changed my whole family life, so I don't take it for granted at all as far as an art form, you know?
I encourage you guys to have a wonderful time today. Take the time, talk to them, ask them questions because they are all here for you today. And I have to do a big thank you to Roger Goodell because this award would not be what it is without him and his support and his backing and the NFL and also our amazing partner in Nationwide. And
Bye.
Griffin joining Ken Harvey here at the Taste of the NFL. Longtime Redskins legend, also known as the Commanders now. Mr. Harvey, how you feeling today?
Feeling good. A little warm, but feeling good. Yeah.
So again, we're at the Taste of the NFL, fighting child hunger. What brought you to the point where you said, you know what, outside of playing football, fighting child hunger and things outside of football are more important?
Well, I mean, I think a lot of athletes, or most athletes, grew up without the star power, right? Without being an NFL player. And you had to go through the struggles. You had to understand those moments where you didn't have a meal. And sometimes it was by either maybe the government or somebody's helping hand that helped you out, helped you get to the place where you're at. And so in return, you try to do the same.
And then, you played for the Redskins, now known as the Commanders. They had a lot of success this year. I mean, where do you see the future of the team going?
Future's bright. I mean, every team, one of the big keys is you want to have your marquee quarterback. We got a marquee quarterback, and you start building pieces around that. We went way further than I think most people thought we were going to ever go. And so now it's only a couple places, people here and there that you can fill in the gaps, and then, we'll do well.
And then, I mean, you guys had some success when you played. How important is it to that city for the Redskins or Commanders, I should say, to have success?
I mean, one, it's like the people there who are old enough to remember how good the team was, it's great to have that memory again. For those who went through that 20-some year drought and never experienced it, it's a first time, and it's like, as a parent, you want your kids to know that's what it was like. So it's a really good experience.
Thank you, Mr. Harvey. I appreciate you.
Man. Appreciate you.
This is Cortland Griffin with Bowie TV, Pro Football Focus Media Director Gordon McGinnis. How you doing today, Gordon?
Yeah, I'm doing well, thanks. Thanks for having me on.
Good. So, I mean, just a general conversation about, your starting media and how did you get started with Pro Football Focus, which is, one of the foremost media companies now in sports.
Yeah, you'll notice from my accent that I'm not American. Initially started watching the NFL when I was about 14 years old back home in Scotland, and was really interested in it, wanted to learn more about it, and was on a message board with a group of kind of like-minded guys who really were interested in it as well. And one of them was a guy called Neil Hornsby, who founded PFF. And I kind of helped out on a part-time basis early on, and then a little over a decade ago, got a full-time job with the company. And really, it's kind of gone from there. So I started on the data collection side, built myself up there, moved into our social media, and now I'm over our content operations.
Nice. And so, like you said, you've pretty much worked your way up and done everything there is from data collection to now media content. Was there anything that you saw trends as far as especially in media markets like Washington and Baltimore, which are not the hugest media markets, but have a lot of media draw as far as football goes with the Ravens and Commanders?
Yeah, I think probably one of the most interesting things from this year, and maybe less than a trend and more just something that was interesting, is having both teams be good this year meant that there was a lot of attention in that area. The Ravens obviously generally have been a good team over a long period of time, but the Commanders hitting on Jaden Daniels at quarterback has now focused a lot more attention there. I think as you look ahead to 2025, realistically, you should expect that quite a lot of primetime games are going to feature one of those two teams.
And then, like you said, primetime games, social media, content, possibly even the Super Bowl, right? What do you see the future for Washington and Baltimore being as we kind of move into that new JD5 era with Jaden Daniels and then Lamar Jackson, who's a multiple-time MVP, and then also Derrick Henry coming there, and that the future of that team not seeming like it's going to slow down anytime soon?
Yeah, I think if you start with the Ravens, I think there is, on one side, you can look at it and say, look, they got close yet again this year, but they couldn't get over the hump. And that's now a couple of years in a row whereby they haven't been able to get there. But I think if you take the Lamar Jackson narrative early in his career and you look at how that game ended, the game is on the line, the lights are at their absolute brightest in that game, and he goes and drives that team down the field, puts the ball where it needs to be for a 2-point conversion that would have taken the game into overtime. So I think the Ravens probably are going to feel pretty confident that they are still going to be able to contend for Super Bowls. It's just tougher in the AFC because you have Patrick Mahomes, you have Josh Allen, the Bengals and Joe Burrow, all those teams. It's a really tough conference to go and go to the Super Bowl. The flip side for the Commanders is their path to get there isn't as tough because there aren't as many strong teams. And we saw from this year that they can be a force on offense. Jaden Daniels is incredibly comfortable as a passer, can make things happen with his legs as well. And I think realistically going into next year, they're probably going to be third or fourth favorite to go to the Super Bowl in the NFC.
And then just kind of sticking with the trend of Jaden Daniels, right? Rookie quarterbacks, generally, you don't see them skyrocket to fame like he did, at least not on a constant scale. I kind of want to keep it on the Commanders, but you saw last year with a guy like C.J. Stroud, for example, he pushed his team, a lot further. Is there a trend that you've seen with first-year quarterbacks and how that affects the media coverage and shifts the media coverage when they have early success? And then how did you see that shift from like with the Commanders and Jaden Daniels and from like where they were last year to this year?
Yeah, I think so. The media trend in terms of like media-wise, everyone loves to talk about successful rookie quarterbacks, and I think that's largely because fan bases love it, and it's because there's hope. So you think about even the Atlanta Falcons, who saw some potential out of Michael Penix Jr. at the end of the year. It's because it gives you that hope for the following season. So for the Commanders, one this season, it got them right into contention this year, but it also sets that team up for the fan base to be really hopeful of being successful over the next 4 or 5 years and beyond. And that just makes people hopeful and want to tune in and all those things. And similarly, the Denver Broncos struggled to go beyond in a division like the AFC West with the Kansas City Chiefs in there. But Bo Nix gave them enough reason for those fans to be hopeful and optimistic for the future. So anytime you have a rookie quarterback who shows any level of success, I think immediately the fan base is hopeful for the future. And for media, they're going to want to talk about those things because people are going to want to tune in when they are.
And then one last thing, just focusing on Jaden Daniels, for example, from what you saw out of him this year, where do you think the future lies for him? Where do you think his pinnacle is? Because it seems like his star went from bright to shining on the brightest stage. And then, he fell short this year. But, where do you see this guy being in about 5 years? And is there any hope that you can give Washington Commanders fans as they finally got their guy?
Yeah, I think you look at the season as a whole, and I think there's huge reason for optimism for Commanders fans heading into the future because of how good he was. In terms of our grading system at PFF, his 2024 rookie season was the highest grade for a rookie quarterback since Russell Wilson back in 2012. So the odds on him not being a successful quarterback when he's had that successful a rookie season are pretty slim. And I think the main reason that I think it gives Commanders fans hope is that there is a team now there to build around over the next 4 or 5 years, especially when he's on that rookie quarterback.
Thank you, Gordon. Thank you for your time. But again, this is Cortland Griffin with Bowie TV with PFF Director of Media, Gordon McGinnis.